Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. Moving on my own skin. Crocodile, yeah, I'm washed in the blood. Made new, can't tell who I was. No, he saved me by grace. He did it just because. Yeah, my flesh was on E. Had to fill it with the spirit. God, I'm complete. Secretly in prayer, gotta keep it real discreet. All the verses they don't write on God.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, y'all already know what time it is.
You know what day it is.
It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday. And guess what, everybody? You are so welcome for this.
You are.
Yes, this is your reward.
So glad.
For the week is being a part of this show today. We're going to be talking about some amazing things today.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about a scope of work. You said you wanted more real estate.
So we
from John and Joy, Coach John and Joy. Well, we're going to give you real estate.
Yes.
You say you want it, we got it. So we're going to go heavy into it. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different topics because we want to see you win in this business.
Yes.
You know, so you could be financially independent. You could retire early. You could keep your job and just have some more vacation money. Whatever it is that you invest in for, maybe you want to put your kids through college. You have a good reason for doing it.
That's right.
And we want to help you to actually be successful with your goals. And so making your scope of work. This is such a good topic.
It is.
It's so good because we messed it up for quite a while.
Yes, we did.
So you're going to hear our way of doing it. We're going to show you the easy button way of doing it. And so don't be judging us today when we're going through the easy button way, because there's going to be somebody real technical, and we know the technical way.
Oh, yeah.
And that takes a long time. It's boring and slow and all that other stuff. And then, you know, you get real detailed. But me and Joy are unnerds. No disrespect. Well, I'm a little bit of a nerd, but not that kind of nerd who likes to sit around all day on the computer. I'm just being unreal about it, you know. And so if you like us and you like to do stuff the easiest way possible to get the best results, we live by the 80-20 rule. We want to do 20% of the work and get 80% of the results.
That's right.
And then spend the rest of the 80% of the time chilling. And if you those type of people, shout out to the B&C students.
Come on.
So we're going to show you a way to do it. It's been very effective, and things that are going to help you to be able to get your business rolling and do it at a very high level.
That's right.
It's been a good week this week. We closed on a refinance with a new bank, which is pretty cool. So anybody looking for some banking recommendations,
hit us up.
Hit us up. Meeting some good people out here. And so after we use some good people, they're added to our network. We love to share them with our people. Right. Do it on an individual basis to make sure it's customized to your needs. But hey, 502-632-3005. If you're looking for a couple recommendations, we'd be glad to share it today. We got this super cool topic. Can we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Well, we are not going to play. We're going to go ahead and get up in it. We're talking about mastering our rehabs today. And so
yes,
we talking about being financially independent, retiring early through real estate. We love helping couples to do it because that's more fun for us, and we get to do the stuff that we like to do. So if you are talking about buying right, rehabbing right, and then repeating that process until you become financially independent, you have a portfolio that is something that you can be proud of and something that's going to bless you and your family, then you want to tap in to the program. So you hit us up. We got the website coming. I know y'all seen this butter social that's been out here. Don't play.
Okay.
We know y'all seen it.
We've been in your face.
You seen
We've been in your face, y'all.
We've been making videos for y'all. Y'all better tap into the videos.
Let us know.
We giving away a lot of good information. We showing y'all our real rehabs. We said we're gonna open our life up just because we want to see y'all win that bad. And so it's been a fun journey for us. And I hope that you all are liking and subscribing all to these different places, because you're gonna be glad you did. It's a lot of great stuff coming.
Absolutely.
So remember this point right here, because it's significant.
Yes, it is. You will either tell your money what to do, or the lack of it will always manage
It'll always manage you.
Mhm.
Guess what? We want to get our time back significantly.
Absolutely.
And so this is about the freedom formula. We're going to put this real big.
Oh, this right here. Turn your time into money.
Come on, and turning your money into assets,
yes.
things that are going to pay you.
And turn them assets
into freedom. Into freedom. But freedom, joy.
Tell me what
freedom what?
Is.
Freedom to what?
Without restraint, without hindrance.
That's it. Being able to live a life that's freedom to do the thing that you have been called to do.
That's right.
Without hindrance or restraints. And I'm thankful to say that we're able to live in a way that feels free because we're financially independent. And so success and failure, this is the roadmap to success and failure, specifically in most projects. So many people, they finally get up enough courage to be able to buy them a little piece of real estate. I got some money put to the side. I'm about to buy some property.
Right.
And then you wait. And then you finally do it and you get like a marginal deal at best. It's probably a bad deal because you just kind of knee-jerk while you had a little extra time and some bravery.
Call it marginal.
Yeah. And so you jump right in. And then you say, all right, I'm going to fix this thing up. And so you just go in and say, I'm going to fix this thing up, right? And all this stuff like that, which is really cool. And so, but the roadmap to success and failure with fixing this thing up, you got to remember, is about having a great plan.
That's right. Because if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail.
And that's just a fact. You know, that's like they said it was Ben Franklin, but I thought it was an old military line. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's the real deal. Because your scope of work is really your business plan.
It really is.
The scope of work is your business plan. The things that you say that you're going to do to a property is your operational business plan. All the rest of this stuff is just numbers and math and like behind the scenes. You're signing paperwork. You're not the one writing contracts. You're paying people to do most of this stuff. This is the operational part of the business, which is you fixing stuff up. And then after that, the property management side, we don't talk about that too much on this, but we probably will get to that. We'll give you some stuff on that here shortly. But this is operations. This is really where you're going to make the biggest money, is buying right and fixing these properties up right. And you want to be locked in on this scope of work because that's the business plan that's going to make sure that you get the profit that you're supposed to get and that you're able to get the equity you're supposed to get and that you're going to be able to get the freedom faster. So you should call it your freedom plan. Your scope of work on a project, it says a business plan. It's really your freedom plan. All right. And so like, let's look at this. When we first got started doing scope of work, we would walk around with a guy and we'd say, hey, bro, we need some insulation over here. Hey, put some windows in.
That would need a new one.
Yeah, put both of these right here. Replace it if it's bad. And then we would say, all right, you see this plumbing right here? If it's good, keep it. But all the other stuff that's rotted looking, just flip, change that out. Put in a new water heater. The toilet, just get a toilet and stick a toilet in there and put some new floors down. And then we're going to paint it and then clean the carpet. And then throw in a light wherever you can find a light. And then put a vanity in. And then just throw in some smoke detectors and we're really good.
Bang, bang. We good. We done.
And so the thing that messed many people up is these handshake deals. And these unexplained agreements with a contractor. So now if you are not in a place in your business where you're doing business to business stuff, then you may be not fully grasping everything it needs to be able to put together a full detailed explanation of what you requiring to be done to your properties. You the CEO, you the business owner in your real estate business. And so every little piece in there is something that's very important to the project, because anything not done properly truly could have impact on the success or failure of your property. Like let's say
make you a break.
It could literally like, let's say if you do some jackleg plumbing or you didn't do it right and your house floods and then you have these massive issues. Let's say you got fired because you didn't change the electrical properly. Let's say that, well, now you thought you was good, but people are literally falling through the floor, or you got some mold issues because there were things that you should have done that you didn't describe properly should have been done. These are things that, when overlooked, will cost you a lot of money, but they can also have long-term detrimental impacts on your investment.
Absolutely.
And so we are going to talk through this a little bit more because it's very important. And so here's a disclaimer.
Yes, please.
There's a lot of different great ways to do scopes of work. And this is not going to be a full seminar, but we're going to give you a couple things because it's important. There's just some pointers just to share. And then we're going to give you a little tip if for your first time or second time, or if you just hadn't been doing it well and you wanted to get into it. This is some things that you can do. And so I want y'all to take this word down. So if I was going to write down, I would put details. And so whenever you think about scope of work, it's thinking about details, DETAILS. And so that's going to be an acronym here. And so these are the documents. And so the one is document every detail. This is a real thing.
It really is.
Yeah, write it down. One of the number one mistakes that happen is when we don't write stuff down. And so it's easy to not write things down and do handshake agreements. Many contractors are good people, but a lot of them live and die on handshake agreements. So you walk around, you say a couple things, and then they give you a price and then a little weird looking invoice that just says work on house address. And then you say, we agree. And then all of a sudden, when things are added to the list or things change or there was no timelines or there's just so many different things that if they're not written down, then it becomes a significant problem.
Because when you're able to document those things of what is actually wanted, that you both can say, you could both look at and be like, okay, we want this light bulb to be changed to a LED light. You know, that's specific. And so that you both can go back and look at what you wrote down to see that it matches what was actually asked.
Right. And the more detail, the better. And so it's specific. So document every detail. If you want somebody to put caulking in a certain space, you better write it down. If you want 2-inch blinds, not 1-inch blinds, if you, whatever it is in detail, you want to document. And don't, as you're taking your notes, just write down as many details as you can. So you're grabbing a piece of paper and you're writing down as many details as possible. And it helps you to remember, it helps the contractor to remember, and it helps to make sure you have a good business plan for what you're going to do to be able to get that property up and going.
And one of the things that helped us is go room by room. List it room by room so that when you walk into that room, you know what to look for in each one to know what was supposed to be done.
And these are the details. So that's the D, document every detail. The E is estimating your costs accurately. And so the best way to estimate your cost is to get more than one opinion. It's just like if you was having some significant surgery in your life, would you just get one opinion?
No.
You just went to one doctor. He was like, man, we got to open your whole chest up and daggone it, pull your heart out and replace it with a AI heart. You'd be like, hold on, I need a second opinion. You know? And so you want to have the same thing when you're dealing with a rehab and fixing stuff up, is get more than one bid.
And you go to the store and go to about 3-4 different stores. Well, it may just be me, but go to 3-4 different stores just to price the certain chicken breast. Look, so you need to be just as detailed and specific when you're talking about your items and things that you're doing in your property.
Right. And you have to know that you might go 3-4 stores and this one store got a piece of this and this one store got a piece of that. Well, if there's times when you're going to use multiple people to get a job done because that's just the way the pricing and the quality of the work worked out. And then other times you'll be able to use one person to do multiple things. You're going to need to get bids so that you can see the difference in people's skill set and see the difference in people's pricing.
That's right.
All right. So then also is time-bound targets. This is a big one.
It really is.
Whenever we're doing a scope of work, this is one of the number one misses that we see with our people is not putting times on agreements. It's like, okay, you're going to do the project, but when are you going to start and when are you going to finish? And then not just when are you going to finish, but what's going to happen if you don't? And so what's the fee associated with you not finishing, or what is the penalty, or what is the reward if you do finish early? And so putting those things in writing inside of your plan, these are things that help to hold everybody accountable. And then it just makes it easy to be able to do that work, having time-bound targets.
So also you want to agree not just agree, not just the handshake, but you want to sign. You need that signature.
Yeah,
on
put
it
a signature
from
on
both
it.
parties.
Put a signature on it.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't really real if you just both looked at it and said okay, or if you did a little email to them, they never really responded to the email. They just texted you back and said, all right, let's do it. And you think you wanting to put these pieces together.
Yeah.
Nah, you want to have that stuff agreed upon where they really read it and looked at it.
That's right.
Not because they will come back to you and say, well, I didn't read it, I didn't see that, or you changed something. No, I want you to read it, I want you to sign that you read it, and we get it, both agree on it. The reason why, sometimes these projects, a big project can take months to do, and you'll forget the stuff that you wrote down. They'll forget the stuff that you wrote down, but if they won't, nobody will forget if you have it all in writing and everybody signed it and everybody feels good about it on the front end.
Yeah, and then it also helps to go back and, like, once you walk through a property and you write stuff down, but then when you go back and read through it, you may need some clarity on some things. So just to be sure that what is needed to be done is understood clearly by your contractor as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And we're going to itemize. So we're going through details. It's itemizing the materials. If you don't share, we found this out, is that people are going to use, if you say I'm paying for the labor and the materials, which is something that we do as rarely as possible. Is usually we put all of our scope of work is, this is the labor that I'm looking for in this specific scope of work. And if we put labor in, then we'll purchase the material separately ourselves. And because we can negotiate our own materials, and then we're contractors, and you'll be a contractor when you're fixing your stuff up, and you can get the same discounts as most of these folks, sometimes even better pricing.
Absolutely.
And you can negotiate than somebody who is primarily doing labor. And so consider getting a labor on your scope of work, but then is to make sure that when you do have them get the materials for you for whatever reason, that you're very specific on what materials you want them to get. Like, don't just say install HVAC. You want to be specific. What type of unit are you going to install? What type of fixtures are you going to install around it? Like, you want to be detailed to make sure that you get in the top flight stuff. And then also, if you have some specific things that you like we like to put concrete board in our showers. It's a weird thing. We like it. And then we like to put this waterproof membrane on top of the concrete board. Some people just like to use some green board and just stick tile right on top of it. And like, to me, it's just like putting tile on drywall, and it feels real cheap. And so we like to put it on concrete, like, because we're old school, I guess, you know, but we got to be very specific about that. Like, I want my stuff to be like a tank, you know, I mean, you got to use a sledgehammer to break this thing down. And so that's something that we like, but to get there, we have to be very specific, or else people will default to the things that they're just accustomed to in different clients. And you're not just any client, you're a special client.
That's right.
You're the person who has standards. All right. So next is laying out your expectations. Lay out expectations. And so this is two things: laying out clear expectations about what you want, but then also, like, making sure that you have a clear understanding of what you want the layout of the project to look like. What should it look like specifically when it's finished? And it's really painting a bigger vision and feeling free to be able to write that down. And then the next one is strategizing the sequence. And so that's the last piece of it. It's like really understanding the phases. What order do you want the work to be completed? And this piece, if you leave it to people to come up with their own order, they're going to be backwards. They're going to be doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, tripping over each other. Taking control of the order. Like, for us, we like to start from the outside in. We like to finish off with the finishing pieces, do the best we can to keep the project nice and clean and orderly the entire time. And those are things that help us with our scope of work. But now we're going to share with you something that if we'd have had when we first got started, it would have been very, very helpful. But we know it's going to be helpful for you. And so write this down. And so this is the easy button.
Click.
When you're walking around a project, a building, you're taking a bunch of notes. You're taking pictures and videos. Take all of your pictures, take all of your videos, write down as many notes as you can. And then you're going to type those notes in their rawest form. And you're just going to type behind this in ChatGPT, rewrite the below project notes into a detailed scope of work contract.
Yeah.
I know that seems silly, but you're going to put in something like paint walls gray, flooring, and you can misspell stuff. Flooring on whole house. I did this on purpose. Every high inside. You see how I did that? It's really cool. I just type it, fix fence, whatever, and then it will give you a detail in detail, and then you can come back here and just take a few minutes and just customize what it puts out to your specific needs. And it'll include the signatures and the contractor name and everything. And so we do this regularly. We take our stuff that's actually already good and then we throw it in here and it looks even better. Okay. And so now you got this document that is really a really good document. And then you take it and let me tell you how to plus it up. And if you want to now, we say pro it up. And put the sauce on it. The reason why is because you get better prices and people respect you more when you look like you got your stuff together. And the best way to do that is to add a logo to it. Go in Canva, Canva, and then just type in logo and then use one of their stock logos, put your business LLC name on it, and then copy that and throw it into the document. So now you got a business logo on the document. You put your business name, your business address, your business phone number and email. You're looking super official on this thing. I mean, you look like you are out cold. You're like, man, goodness gracious, how long y'all been doing this? Y'all been in the game. And then you're going to add a footer, a confidentiality statement. And then here's the best thing that you can do is have a lawyer review your deal. And so if they want to say, hey, add this paragraph or whatever to the bottom, then at the end of that, you spent maybe a day on this thing and your scope of work template is just clean. I mean, this thing looks like a masterpiece. And so when you're going and you have those notes, you went from just some raw notes on a yellow tab piece of paper on a legal pad, and then you took that thing to a process, and then a few hours later you came out with a masterpiece. And that masterpiece is going to be your business plan, your success plan on that project,
your freedom plan
on that project. You wrote it. Not somebody else writing your scope of work. You wrote it, so you know in detail what the expectations are. And when you're going to go manage that thing, you're going to be able to make sure stuff is done right, stuff is doing in order, and you're going to be able to go do it at a very, very high level.
That's right.
And so that is our tip for you on scope of work. If you want to go deeper into that topic on scope of work, it's something me and Joy are very passionate about. We've got detailed templates to help to be able to create your scope of work and also the ones that we use specifically. And so if you'd like to see those, text us at 502-632-3005. Hit us up. We would be glad to help you to build out the scope of work, your business plan, your freedom plan for that project that's going to be able to help you to win consistently in rehab. So we love y'all. I'm telling you, we love y'all real big. And so we hope this helped. We believe y'all to be great. This is the fourth quarter. Go buy some stuff. Go buy some properties.
It's a fire sale.
It's a fire sale, man. Everybody wants to get some stuff sold before the end of the year.
They do.
Why don't you be the one who buys it?
Get out there. Put some boots to the ground, y'all.
Put some offers in. Like just let it flow out of your throat. I want offer. Everything's on sale. It's just like it's about to be Black Friday over here. Some folks over here getting Black Friday, and some folks is over here eating turkey and tryptophan and eating pecan pies and whatnot. Well, guess what? Do both. And so we love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. But for real, get in this game. Don't play and don't do it alone. Because we know for a fact when you're dealing with this real estate thing, that is always so much better together. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.